Hi, I'm Khalil Sotomayor, and I'm presenting the capstone project number 3, which is about the transforming operations into an insurance company in Peru, which is Pacifico Seguros, where I am the COO. Well, our challenge is stark. We must transform an operation of 300 employees that is currently running on 80% manual processes. This inefficiency that we are having nowadays creates critical friction, slow reconciliation in collections, high errors risk in after sales policy management, and critical compliance reporting delays in governance, which is very important for us. Our strategic objective is not just automation. It's leading a proactive change initiative to build a high impact culture thing and change in the company. The success metric is tangible. We would like to reduce manual dependency to 20% in 18 months while maintaining key talent retention above 90%. This is a very cultural and competitive imperative things that we would like to cover into the project. And then related to the leadership and the style shift, we're going to make from this transactional to visionary leadership style and managing our digital adoption. I believe that to achieve this scale of transformation, we must shift our leadership style. We start by acknowledging the challenge of resistance, the fear of AI replacing roles, as happens in any company, which can turn our internal laggards, change adoption lifecycle, right, into blockers. We must use an adaptive leadership style regarding the six leadership styles framework, which means being like visionary to inspire the future state of the company related to the operations area and relate also with the strategy and using coaching to develop the new digital skills across all 300 employees that belongs to the operations area. Critically, we will address fear head-on using empathetic action, empathy as a leadership tool. For instance, in the government team, leaders will start one-on-one conversation by asking about the three biggest fears and three biggest hopes regarding AI. For example, that's a good approach to give our people the time to reflections, right? About reflections regarding the AI thing. So this empathic step builds the high trust environment necessary to change. And within those components, the challenge of the resistance that we want to work with, the required leadership style, like this changing between the visionary and the coaching style, and then these specific actions related to the government process into the company. Well, there are a lot of considerations that we need to address within this transformation process and related to the co-creation and learning culture. This transformation cannot be dictated. It must be co-created with the business teams as well as the support teams of the company. We will use the collection intelligence framework to design our new AI processes, ensuring cognitive diversity in our design squads peers, right? For example, in after sales, our team will include both contact center agent, client experience, right, and an AI engineer technical expertise to ensure robust solutions with balanced communications are achieved. This is very important for us. Then to accelerate the learning path, we must embed psychological safety, which is as well in the 17th module of the program. When a new AI algorithm fails, for example, the employee who reports the error will be publicly rewarded, applying the principle of lowering the risk of reporting errors, which is a fear that all of our teams carry on when they are facing those changes within the team. So we are sure that this ensures the team feels safe to experiment and learn within our five-stage problem-solving method. Then what happens about our decisions? How to work with the unbiased decisions, removing cognitive biases from the AI roadmap? Well, our decisions must be rational, not driven by past experience or initial answers. We will actively mitigate cognitive biases when evaluating the cost of a new AI platform, for example. We will mitigate the answering biases by requiring the team to generate two alternative cost proposals at least a high one and a low one before discussing the initial offer. This, for us, will ensure that we will debate value, not just the enterprise, which is very important for us. Furthermore, to get accurate user validation, we will leverage the wisdom of the crowd, which is also placed in the 16th module, in governance as well. Instead of like a group debate, we will pull and rank the new AI tools usability in a in a Delphi situation, right, which is anonymously among all the 30 analysts we have into the team. So this impartial data is superior to group discussion and avoids the fear of group thinking. And then what is happening regarding the negotiation and the cross-functional influence that we're having related to the relational power, for example. We have these four components that we are addressing in the strategy, the stakeholders, the key stakeholders, the strategy with IT, the strategy with HR, and then our influence tactics that we are going to approach to the team. So to execute this transformation, we need strategic alliances. Our key stakeholders are IT and HR, as I said before, as they hold a position and power, right, over infrastructure and talent structure. We must move beyond transactional requests. We will build like a relational alliance, trying to build these interpersonal alliances with IT. Our gift would be like offering real-time data from our automated collections process to accelerate their month to end close process, right? Our get, for example, is their priority assignment of a senior developer for our projects. Similarly, when negotiating reskilling with HR, we must prepare our but not right our negotiation framework for our best alternative, like temporary outsourcing, for example, to ensure we negotiate from a position of strength. I think that this relies entirely on pull influence tactics as inspired in the module itself. And what happens with the chapter of aligning structure, systems, and people to sustain this version 4 of the operations area? So for us, this core challenge now is sustainability. We must apply the congruence model to align our internal elements. If our structure and people systems are not aligned with AI, the initiative will fail. Specifically, in after sales, we are transforming the manual process role into the digital quality analyst. Their new KPI, people systems, right, is not processing volume, but the customer adoption rate of that new AI tool. This is very important in order to gain the use of AI tools, right? This ensures cross-component fit. In terms of change management, we are in the mobilize phase regarding the phases of organizational change. For the governance team, the leader is framing the change as a proactive opportunity to be the regional benchmark for real-time compliance automation. And then finally, our manager will commit to the leadership contract. We're going to show them to all of our employees, right? Promoting vulnerability in leadership to build trust with all of our teams. Then what happens with the roadmap? And we have 3 slides for that regarding the risk metrics and the roadmap as well in this 18-month roadmap and plan. So related to this plan is structured in 3 phases. Mobilize focuses on design and cultural readiness, defining the criteria with this 5-stage method and setting up that psychological safety scorecard. Movement is the heavy lifting, running the AI pilot and collections and rolling out with our early adopters. We're going to set up who are going to be to mitigate the risk of high middle management turnover. We'll use the principle of reciprocity, and this belongs to the 6 principles of persuasion. We often them external digital leadership training before asking them to redesign their teams, right? The people they are working with. Our metrics are diverse and deep. Governance reporting, speed gap from 24 hours up to 2 hours, which is a very dramatic change. Collections efficiency up to 60%, where in an insurance company is very important because for us, every 1% of of gain in the collections means approximately $20 million in our company. So this is very important for the process. And then an increase of 25% in our psychological safety score in after sales, confirming our culture shift. Related to the high turnover in middle management, as I said before, we want to work with the 6 principles of persuasion. It is very important to give our people the external mentoring in order to check their professional performance, and that would be aligned with the company's objectives. And then related to the deviations and investments, we're going to use this decision trees like a decision making tool to recalculate our expected value of AI every 3 months. Why is that? Because we already know that technology is changing continuously, and within that continuously changing thing, we need to be very accurate in what we have sell before into the business case, and then we have like an update of that. Continuing with metrics, we have these three focus metrics that I'm going to present. The first one, the reduced reconciliation time, which means numerical reduction of 60% of the expected value related to the ROI for efficiency. Then the psychological safety score for the after sales team with an increase of 25% in that score, where the summary of the score is like how you feel confident reporting in an AI error. It's very important to us. We need to reward our people of doing so. And then the leadership compliance. What we have established is from 1 to 5 score, and we would like to be like starting from 4.5. In closing, this transformation is projected to free up 70% of manual hours, generating immense value. We are cutting governance reporting time by over 80% and achieving near zero errors rate in after sales. This success is underpinned by three pillars: people first design using collective intelligence and cognitive diversity, rationality using cognitive biases and mitigation strategies for sound investments, and influence, solidifying relational alliances with IT and HR. So our final call to action for the leadership team is a commitment to lead with vulnerability and leadership, maintain the leadership contract, and actively apply the inclusive impact framework. This anchors our change not in technology, but in a high impact culture where AI empowers all 300 employees to be true value creators within the insurance company.